Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time for some more of Steve Jackson's Sorcery. Now, I am aware of the moon serpent in the mountains to the east. I am not aware of any particular weaknesses of it, and I have had my sun jewels stolen. Now, a very kind, generous, guiding spirit in the form of a viewer who left a comment on the previous video suggested that if I could shine the light of the beacon on this location with the skeleton, I could find that man alive in the future, in the past. But that just messes with causality, right? Because if I find him in the past, buried here up to his neck in the ground, and I save him so that he doesn't die here, I can't find his body here in the future to know to go back and... You see, that is not how time travel works. Go read The Strange Life of Ivan Osokin. Seriously, it's a really good book about time travel. However, I went to sleep, and when I woke up, I thought that if I were to shine the light of this beacon in this direction, it might not reach this far, especially with the hills. But then I thought, what if I were to shine it upon the ruins of the old beacon tower? I believe I would have a new beacon to play with. Also, when I left this one and teleported back, I'm pretty sure I said something along the lines of, I'm sure there's an optimal direction I should have pointed this in, but I can't think of it right now. So, I'm going back south. Even though it's wasting food, it's well worth doing. You continue across the plain, falling into an easy stride. The air moves a little, still icy but fresh. A few hundred yards ahead of you is a camp of covered wagons and carts arranged in a circle. At its centre a fire burns and you see figures moving around the camp. Look, maybe I should walk in. You walk towards the caravans, but stop suddenly when an arrow flies through the air and buries itself in the dust just to your left. Another lands to your right. Alright, just hold up my hands. You raise your hands to signal you are not a threat. There is no response. Dare you step closer? No, but I'll call out. Greetings, you call. There is no response. At least there is not another arrow. I wish to trade. You have gold, replies a voice on the wind. Some. I have some items to sell. Then approach, the voice replies. I will, with care. You step cautiously forwards, hands above your head. Hope they don't rob me. No more arrows are fired, although as you get closer you begin to see the bowmen, shafts ready, covering your approach. A crowd is gathering to see who you are. I will look at the crowd. It is a caravan of black elves. Presumably they are traders of some kind, as they are far from home out here in the wastes. Very well. The elves eye you suspiciously as you stride into their midst. I remember this picture. I don't remember anything about the encounter, but I remember the picture. I didn't even remember the wagons in the back. I see the little chimneys on the side. They look very homely, don't they? An elder elf, stouter and better dressed than the others, steps forwards to confront you. Look, I'll let him speak, okay? If you seek shelter or food... He pauses to spit on the ground. Then... I'll let him continue. The elder chews his words for another moment while you wait respectfully. Then you waste your time, the elder finishes. Looking around the crowd, you see that most of the elves are thin and haggard-looking. I don't want shelter or food. We did talk about trade. I need your help. The elder's face is an impassive mask. Black elves are cruel, heartless creatures. Help, he replies, almost spitting the words back at you. Help with what? I must find the 7 serpents, and I would like to bring woe and misery to them, and you'd like that, wouldn't you? Because you like being nasty bastards. There is a sudden gasp from the crowd. So, murmurs the elder, you have a reason the serpents have come into the Baklands and spread their terror. He is thinking hard, his eyes narrowing to slits. A moment later, he seems to have decided something. Come with me, stranger. I think we might have something you will be interested in. My skullcap was stolen, so I can't cast telepathy. How? No, that's more physical directions. Tell would be great. Again. No. Nap. No brass pendulum, I'm afraid. Oh, yes, I like this idea. Illusion of worship, jewel of gold. I don't have that. Tried to get it, turned out to be tin. I'll throw up a little magic protection just to be on the safe side. You weave the spell and a veil of magical protection shimmers into place around you. Then I will follow him. He heads into a caravan and you follow, where I will hopefully not be ambushed, especially as I leave the door. Into here. You step into the caravan with the Black Elf Elder. He gestures for you to sit down. I will respectfully sit. You accept his offer and sit down. Now, you are interested in the 7 serpents, he says. We encountered one recently, the moon serpent, but we frightened him away. Pray tell me how, you demand. You must tell me. The elder glances over your shoulder. It was afraid of our fire. We lit torches and beat it back. He makes a flicking gesture to someone behind you. I'll look around. I don't believe there's someone behind me, but I will check. The elder is definitely gesturing to someone behind you. You turn in time to see the 5 strong black elves who rush in and grab your arms. From your position in the chair, you are all but helpless. Well then. You move to cast a spell, but the elves have your arms firmly pinned. Without both hands free, you cannot craft magic. Yes, laughs the old elf. Let's arrange for this ragged man to meet the 7 serpents. I'm sure the Archmage will be most grateful. He gestures to the elves. You know what to do, he declares. Well, bother. You're dragged across the dust to the back of the caravan. The elves set to work making a tall wooden cross from 2 long planks of wood. It is X-shaped. Please, do not mistake us for servants of the Archmage, the elf leader says as you are thrown down on one of the frames. We are not, but we would be his friends. I tell him he's evil. He already knows that. Set me free and I will help you, or burn your caravan to ashes. That's not a good threat. Set me free and I will help you. You will help me just as you are, the leader replies. From his pocket he takes a long black flag which he ties to the top of the frame. The elf leader jerks a thumb. Hoist him up, my elves. There's a ration of beer for all of you. For a brief instant, the eager elves release your wrists. Cast a spell. And hope I have good options available. Okay. Gak, I do not have the black face mask required. I don't have it. Yes. Nope, no. Hey, wouldn't this be the perfect time to be able to use that ring to teleport away? What was that spell called? Whoa! Almost Z. Zip? Yes! Consulting the stars, you bind the magic trusting to luck as the green metal ring on your fingers begins to gleam like a serpent's eye. You close your eyes as your body is wrenched away. You appear a short distance away behind one of the caravans, leaving the elves looking around in some confusion and panic. Gonna leg it. I'm free! Free! You slip quietly away from the camp. Your veil of magical protection shimmers out of existence. Yeah, well, guess where I'm going. You walk for half an hour across the endless wastes. The mid-afternoon heat fills the landscape. You clamber back to the rocky stone pile. I am touching that blue crystal. You touch the blue crystal and begin to move upwards. Guess where I'm going? You plummet from the sky. You're back on top of the southwestern stone tower. The beacon is lit, its polished crystal eye blazing. I am going to adjust that beam so hard. Hello, little world. This is a beacon, and it's gonna point... Oh! I can totally... Yeah, that's good. You adjust the cylinder, pouring light over the land below. I'll touch that blue crystal and be flung skyward and come dropping back. Now. Stairs? Oh, wow. You descend downwards. You're atop a stone tower which did not exist before in the northern plains of Badubak. Set into the floor here is a bearing track on which a brass cylinder rests. A blue crystal is set into its length. I'll check myself over. You pat yourself down and check yourself over. You're all in one piece, if a little breathless still. And I will look across the plain. You turn about on the spot, taking in the view in all directions. The fissure in the land is now to the south and rushes with water where the light from the cylinder falls. All is bright and green. The effect makes your eyes water. On one side of the turret door is a trapdoor which is closed. So, I could focus this one back on the bridge. I don't need that because I can teleport between these two towers. What other locations would I like to see? I would like to look at the contraption on the tower. The cylinder is similar to the one you saw earlier, although this one is slightly narrower and about a cubit longer. A cubit, of course, being the distance, well, from your elbow to your fingertips. It's essentially half a yard, so it's a touch under 18 inches for most people. I would like to adjust the beam. And where would I like it to go? Well now. I want to visit locations both in the past and the future. We already should have this covered, right? But I want to... Okay, go. So I can go up that way. That seems very positive. Here, I got like this. Is that... No, it's not. But I can fix that bridge. All the way? Not all the way. Is there another beacon? Not visibly. But I want to go up there at some point. That's a massive carving on the cliff. Yeah, so if I just focus it this way for now. Or like this... just go like this for now, right? Because if I encounter civilized places in the past, they may give me the food I need to go through in the future. Through the wilderness. You shift the contraption around the tower, then step back to regard its effects. I'm going to open the trapdoor. You turn your attention from the beam to the trapdoor in the floor. You need to get down from here somehow. The trapdoor has an iron ring for a handle. You give it a sharp tug, but it doesn't move an inch. I'll twist it. You turn the iron ring. It still doesn't shift. I will pull again. Don't seem to be getting anywhere. Give up. Cast a spell. You're giving up, and in doing so, you notice that the trapdoor doesn't even have a keyhole. Tie rope ladder to the battlement. I don't have one. I mean, dop it, right? Unless... Because I want to be able to find a way back up here in the future. Big would be good, right? Big would let me be strong and open it, or just climb down the tower. Fog, not going to help. Dop, obviously. How... I don't really need to be told how to do this. Different F. To float down. Yeah, that's fine. But I want to be able to get back up here. So I'm going to try and dop it. Wait, what's for B? Oh, big. Right. Yep. Let's keep it simple. You gather the stars into your design around you and turn the spell's focus onto the trapdoor at your feet. It shivers and rattles as though the wood was a beetle trying to take flight, but it seems unable to escape whatever is holding it shut. The door fades, with the trapdoor still sealed. Interesting. I don't have a rope ladder. I am fairly certain I do not have a rope ladder. Plus, I'm wanting to... Doesn't even have a... It's probably bolted or barred on the other side, right? So, I'll try a big. Or I float down, walk up, and unbolt it from the other side. But dop should have helped if it was a bolt, so it's got to be something else, right? I want to avoid having to flow down. So, yeah, big. Look, I'll be able to get some points back somehow, right? You craft the enchantment. For a moment it seems nothing will happen, then suddenly you begin to grow to 3 times your normal size. Right. I don't have a rope ladder. Make a move. Massive... No! Fine. The fall is short but unpleasant. With a bump. You hit the ground with a heavy thump. Gradually, you shrink back down to your normal size. Looking back up, the tower seems incredibly high. I want to dop it. That's not a D. I clicked a D. Open door, and let me in. Yeah, who doesn't know the song of Child Roland, eh? Well, probably loads of people. Alright. Reaching up to constellations above, you create a spell, and the tumblers inside the tower door click. Then, a moment later, they roll over completely and the door swings open. The sun is beginning to lower and the air begins to cool. I am going inside to see if I can unblock that door. You step through the tower door into the shadowy interior. Who knows how long it has been since anyone set foot inside? Can I go up the bloody stairs? Apparently not. The inside of the tower is cavernous and empty, but for a stone staircase that spirals around the walls. Dark vines have grown up the inside of the tower and form a thick matting across the ceiling. Oh! Hot, hot, hot? Search the room. You search around the edges of the room and can make out very little in the near darkness. This tower is windowless and so lets in none of the daylight outside. I cut down the vines. Yeah. They might fall on me. Hot. They could burn, give me long enough to get out. Look. I haven't... You spin the constellations into shape around you, winding a fireball into your palm, and I will toss it at the dark vines. And then run for my life. You toss the fireball at the dark vines on the ceiling. They blacken and glow with heat, dripping sap as they melt away, uncovering the underside of the hatch you saw earlier from above. Even from here you can see it is bolted shut. Well, I'll just go and open it then. You pull the trapdoor bolt back. The hatch to the roof falls open, letting in a ray of sunshine. That's beautiful. I'll search again, just in case I can find anything. Old travelling pack. Instead of going through the hatch, use the light to poke around the corners of the room. You find little of interest until you stumble over what appears to be an old travelling pack. I'm not going to kick it, there could be potion bottles in there. I'm just going to hope there's nothing lethal. You open the pack and are surprised to find the brand of the Analand leverers inside the top flap. Digging inside, you find 3 stoppered vials. I'll examine the purple vial. You lift the purple vial and shake it in the lift. The liquid inside is thin, but shines slightly. You recognize it, of course. Blimbery! You put it into your pack. An excellent find. I will examine the yellow vial. The yellow liquid is thin and sour looking. The vial has a mark on it depicting a serpent. I suspect it's poison. Slight taste hopefully will not be enough to kill me. Yes! Can I cast Doc? You unstop of a vial and take a generous swig. A moment later you feel your throat constricting and your eyes beginning to dry. The liquid is poison. I will choke. You choke and splutter, wondering if this is your last hour, but a moment later the worst of the sensation passes, and you are left weakened but alive. There is still plenty of poison left. I will keep it. You put the yellow vial into your pack. So long as you are careful, it may come in useful at some point. I will examine the brown vial, which contains a thick oil that you do not recognize. I will smell it. You unstop of a vial. A heady, woody smell fills your nostril. This is an essence of bark, much like the one you acquired in Khare. A good thing you did not try to taste it. I don't remember what that was for. I think it's probably some kind of poison. I will keep it. You put the essence of bark into your pack alongside the purple vial. And the yellow one? Hey, come on, I kept the yellow one. Then you close the pack, satisfied with what you have found, though the memory of your breathless panic at the poison has not left you. Now it is time to move on. You could go out to the plain or up to the top of the tower once more. I've been up there. Can I, cast a spell? No. Okay, fine. I've opened the way to the top so I can come back here whenever I need to. You step out into the sunlight at the base of the tower. You continue to walk. Right. This looks bad. This looks like the beacons are shining in the wrong... No. That's okay. You make your way slowly across the prairie. The sun is sinking. In the middle of a tended field, you come across a lonely hut. I will look inside. Peering through the grimy windows of the hut, you see a stooped young boy sitting by a fire. He is squatting on the ground, intent on something, perhaps drawing symbols in the dust. You push open the door. The boy jumps to his feet, grabbing at a crooked stick. Well, I'm going in now. Who are you? The boy demands. The stick in his hands is solid oak and raised ready to swing for your head. What do you want with me? Who are you, little one? I mean you no harm. You reply, irritated by his reaction. But who are you? The boy demands. I am a great and powerful sorcerer. Oh, that's all right then. The boy smiles with what appears to be relief. Please, he says, gesturing you inside. Come and share the fireside. It's all I have, but you're welcome to it. He drops the stick by the hearth and gestures in welcome. You live out here? The boy shakes his head. Only when the animals are grazing, otherwise I live in the village. What village? Khare, he replies. In the foot of the mountains, near the long bridge. You nod to the boy and take a seat beside him. The peaceful atmosphere and gentle warmth is most restorative. I am on my way to Mampang. You tell him. I don't know where that is, he replies. But if you're going east, the only way across the marsh and over the mountains to Ilklala is the long bridge. What can you tell me of the bridge? The boy seems to chuckle. The tollkeeper must be doing well for himself, that's what I think. Everyone who passes pays something, and that's a lot of people. I just wonder where he keeps it all, since he's only got the tiniest hut. It's half the size of this place, easy. The boy lifts his crook once more, but uses it only to poke at the fire. I'll ask about the 7 serpents. He probably knows nothing about the 7 serpents. Hey, I've got 3 points of health back already. And tell me, what do you know of the 7 serpents? The boy looks blankly back. Is that a story for children? If so, I've never heard it. There aren't any serpents round here anyway. Well, no serpents at all, not even a despair snake. None, the boy replies, laughing. Because of the mongoose, obviously. Mongoose. He looks genuinely surprised at your ignorance. You really are new here, aren't you? Well, that's enough. I'm not gonna... Or am I? He's drawing patterns on the floor. He likes the fact I'm a sorcerer. That let me in. Oh, I'm going to regret this. Okay, do you play dice? You ask, reaching into your pack for your stones. The boy shakes his head sharply. My father plays dice with my mother, and it does nothing but make him argue. I don't touch the things. You put the dice away once more. The boy has a thought. If you're a sorcerer, he says, can you tell fortunes? Can you tell mine? I have a crystal ball. With which I can see far into the future. You settle into a sitting position on the grass. In the hut? And take out the orb of crystal. You cast the spell and suddenly you find yourself somewhere quite new. You stand beside a middle-aged man, a scar from cheekbone to eye socket on a field of long dry grass under a heavy-lidded sun. Where are we? The man flicks his hand as though your voice were just a buzzing in his ear. He raises a hand to shield his eyes. A bitter smell reaches your nostrils on the warm wind. I'll look at the man. I should obviously look at the sun at some point. The man beside you is definitely the same scrappy shepherd boy who, somewhere, is still sitting beside you. Older and no longer a shepherd, he looks as if he has been fighting all his life. His restful pose suggests he was undefeated, but his eyes tell the opposite story. From somewhere to the east, a flock of birds rises quickly, startled by something. It is ending, the man murmurs. We cannot stop it. I will look at the sun. You shield your eyes as well and look up at the light. The orange glow flickers and hazes through the grass. The distant light moves closer and you begin to see it for what it is, a wall of flame. Your skin begins to prick and blister in the heat. From close at hand comes a voice. Is it the fire serpent? I can't pull him away. This is a vision. This is seeing the future. Trying to pull him away isn't something I should be able to do. You turn looking for the source of a voice, but see nothing. But still it calls, Run! Run now! The flames are drawing the sweat from the man's brow. What is this fire? I want to try... Look, he seemed to be able to hear me. With all your might you attempt to pull the man back, to get him to run, to save himself. At least try, but he will not be moved. I am part of my land, ghost, he declares. Go back to where you came from and leave us while you can. The vision ends. The shepherd boy is staring at you open-mouthed. I saw something, he says. Firelight reflected in your eyes. What did you see? I see this land burning, and you burning with it. You tell him as gently as you can. The boy stares at you. What do you mean? A wall of flame destroying everything. The boy stares at you. How true are these visions of yours? Can they be changed? Perhaps. I don't want to say of course, because there may be a degree of certainty. Perhaps this can change. Maybe. By froth, the boy complains. I'm glad I met you. You're a barrel of laughs. It seems he does not feel like talking further, but turns to stare away into the fire. You bid him farewell and leave the hut. Boy, are you not going to get right. Over here. Don't you dare be in the past again. I moved the lights. I literally moved the lights to shine on here. The sun is almost set and the sky has turned a deep purple. It will be night soon. You are back amongst the broken mudflats you stride on. Look, the beam is shining this way. Why? Why, game? Was that the boy? Yes, quite possibly. Did he give me any of my stuff back? No. Stinking thief. And how is that going to help me now? Right, let's see. So this beam of light is shining to here. Does this one cancel it out? That does make sense. No. Well, whatever happened there, I hope I'm learning something from it. You carry on tramping across the fertile grasslands. Another night begins. You need to rest, especially after so much walking on an empty stomach. Vague shadows loom in the darkness here. You move on. I need to find my way towards these mountains. The moon gazes down impassively. You walk through wide fields thick with crops. A few goats graze on low hillocks in the land, watching you with beady eyes. This place seems to be rich, far richer than the villages west of Khare. It seems impossible that it could ever become a place as desolate as the Baklands. I will rest here. You lie down to rest in the long grass. Laying your pack down on the grass, you try to stretch out despite the wind. You have not yet eaten today, but you have no provisions, only 3 vials of blimbry juice. Well, I'll drink one of those. You unstopper a vial of blimbry potion and gulp down a mouthful. You feel a little better, and all traces of hunger are soon gone. Then you stretch out to rest. You dream you are a young boy once more lying on your back near the waterfalls of Chorbury Wood. Gentle spray dusts your face. You laugh, and a droplet lands in your open mouth. But when you wipe your lips, you find there is a slug there. Ugh, I'm a young boy. I spit it out. You spit it out, but more and more slugs appear until your mouth is thick with them and you are gagging, and there seems to be nothing you can do to clear your mouth. I will retch, obviously. You feel yourself starting to retch violently, and the sensation startles you awake to find a slavering bristle beast standing near you. Its spittle is drooling into your open mouth. I will cast a spell. Raz? Raz. Create. That's a Z. That's not an R. Why, game? Why do you do this to me? I think that's a really good option. Can I walk it? I have many coins. Walk is not an option. Zap it with lightning? I'm liking this idea. It's directly over me, right? So... yeah. No, yap. It is a slavering bristle beast. That's some kind of beast, right? Ooh. I mean, it's probably just going to go, I'm going to kill you. You pull out the green wig. Wait. Oh no! Oh no! It's for giants. It's for... I'll get to this in a bit. Pulling out the green wig, you put it on and cast the spell. The bristle beast's snapping jaws translate quickly into a clear language. Are you my mother? It demands. Are you my mother? Can you feed me as my mother would? So, this is the giants. Where's my baby? I can't find my baby. I've lost my baby. Where is it? Have you seen it anywhere? Where's my baby? It's a role-playing encounter I made up years ago. Like, you know, two giant parents looking for their baby, which of course looked like a big ogre with fur wrapped around its loins, with a large rattling club that shook when it roared and like howled really loudly. Right. I am not your mother. I am your mother. What am I going to feed it? Blimbery juice? I have poison! Ooh! I'll keep listening. You don't look like my mother, the beast continues sadly. You don't smell like my mother. But here you are, and she isn't here. So, are you my mother? Can I give it the yellow bottle of poison? I am not your mother. You declare. I am not your mother! You declare in a snapping of your jaw and teeth. Then where is my mother? The beast demands, apparently unfazed by talking to you. She is coming soon. The beast nods and slavers slightly. I must ask you some questions. It won't know any answers. The beast nods, but you can feel the spell starting to fade. Where are the 7 serpents? Look, have it seen even one snake? Even a non-magical one? I have seen serpents, it replies. The lake is teeming with serpents. The spell fades. The creature looks around with confusion, trying to locate the voice. In its search, it scurries away across the grass. You are safe and alone once more. Do I get to... You found one new clue. The sunlight wakes you. I will look around. Looking south, you see the tower. Further on in that direction, the river rushes through the plains. You stride on through the long swishing grass. Then, from somewhere close at hand, you hear a voice. Someone there? Got any water? Have you? I'll look for the speaker. You turn around on the spot, but there's no one else in sight. The grassy plains stretch endlessly away. It's the thief again! Cast a spell. What would counter the invisibility spell? Jig. Jig! Yes! Counters dumb. Sus. Yeah. Tell would be great. Yaz. No. So what would counter Yaz? No, not sus. I'm gonna go jig. Right? You can't rob me if you're busy dancing. Looking at the stars, you craft the magic, pulling out your bamboo flute and start to play. You soon begin to hear an exhausting puffing sound from somewhere in the grass, and I will follow the sound to find the invisible thief. The sound turns into a series of wet clicks which you follow until you all but stumble over a head planted in the soil like a cabbage. It is manically rolling from side to side and flaring its nostrils as it tries to dance. I'll put the pipe away. I believe I found the thief. You place the pipe back in your pack, and the head sighs in relief as the spell fades. Greetings, it declares, cheerfully enough. Do you have any water? I'm dying of thirst after all that dancing. I'll look at the head. It should look quite familiar. You peer down at the head. It is a man's, if an animate, decapitated head can have a gender. He has it's probably not decapitated. He has shaggy brown hair, brown eyes, and parched lips. He is not shaved for some time. No need to stare, the head remarks. Or stare all you like, but give me some water. What are you? You demand, part astounded and part disgusted by this creature, but the head only splits into a grin. What do you think I am? He replies. I'm a thief. A thief? That's right. A good one till they spotted me. It grins with pride. Stole one too many goats, it replies. Ishtar is a great place, but they don't take well to goat stealing. It gets their goat, as they say. Gets their back right up. You're a criminal? You ask, surprised. I was, the head replies, but I'm reformed now. Not that it does much good, of course. Why not? Well, I'm not going anywhere, am I? The head looks glum. Listen, do you have any water or don't you? I could give him the poison. I can get you some. You say cagily. The head cracks into like a tapped egg into a smile. Oh, bless you, stranger. You've got a good soul. Well, good souls. What do I get in return? The head wiggles its eyebrows. All right, the head replies, somewhat annoyed, though I'm not sure what I can do for you. I want to know about what. Have you heard of the 7 Serpents? The head frowns. I want to lie to you and say yes, it replies eventually, but I won't. I've never heard of any serpents, and 7 sounds like a lot. There's a shiver in his voice as he speaks. What do you know about this place? What? This place? It's a punishment field. I've no idea how many other unfortunates are here. You can't even see them, and they quickly learn to be quiet. Why are they quiet? You ask. Sound attracts animals, the head replies. Lynch bugs, badu beetles, harpies. Not like we can defend ourselves. You know what I mean? The head smiles thinly. Look, I can't keep talking or I'll die of thirst. Enough questions. You have learned all you care to learn. This creature clearly knows nothing of the 7 Serpents, but I will give him... I'll dig him up. Give him some. Will this be one whole potion? Possibly. You open your pack and remove a vial. Blimbery, you tell him. Interested? The head nods fervently, then throws itself open. You unstop the vial and pour the potion in. The head swallows, coughs and splutters, but manages to get at least some of the liquid in. A wide smile spreads across its features. Wonderful, it declares. You have no idea how wonderful. That'll keep me going, another day at least. I'll start digging him up. I'll get you out of there, you declare. The head jiggles. Oh, that'll be a great idea, it agrees. I'll be more grateful than you can imagine. I'll cast a spell. I think it's time to big myself up here a bit here. Wait. Sap? Make him depressed? That might actually be a really good idea. Zip. To teleport him out of the... Ooh! I'm liking this option. So what I don't want is for him to rob me, right? 6. And then the clones could all dig? Mud! Quicksand, the bastard! Look, it's a mercy killing, okay? Let's go big. Alright? You move the starlight in order around you, quickly swelling to the height of a tree. The head gasps in shock. I will dig up the head. Stamp on the head! With fingers the size of shovels, you tug away the clods of earth around the head to discover it is in fact the face of a man, buried up to his neck in the ground. As the spell fades, he clambers to his feet and dusts himself down. Blessed froth, he breathes. I can hardly believe it. Turning to you, he lowers his eyes in solemn acknowledgement. I am quite clear. I owe you my life. I'll repay the debt any way I can, though I have little to offer. Gradually, you shrink back down to your normal size. He pats down his pockets. How about this? He produces the cloth skull cap. Suddenly, you realise where you've seen him before. This is the creature you encountered by the whirlpool on the south side of the fissure. You vowed revenge when you find him. I recognise you, you cry. You are a thief. You already know I'm a thief, he shrugs. I'll have what you stole from me back. All of it. Of course, he replies with a smile. With that, he hands over the skull cap. Yeah, and my sun jewel as well, you bastard. Then, with a flamboyant wave, he takes off across the field at a run. After a few paces, he seems to trip up on something, but he quickly gets up, apologises for something you cannot see, yet another head, and is gone into the mists of the Baklands. Where's my sun jewel, thief? Well, I would like to visit this giant carving on the cliff. But also I want to go this way. There might be people here. They might be able to feed me. I have money. You continue across the lush prairie, enjoying the soft chirping of the insects. The sun has not yet crested the last peaks in the east. Nearby you hear the hound of hammers on stone. I will follow the sound. Approaching the sound, you find a group of workmen erecting a scaffold. They ignore your approach. As you approach the scaffold, you are stopped by a large Sven wearing a metal helmet. Stay back, the creature says. Big rocks high up. You're putting big rocks high up. Okay, what are you building? You ask curiously. This 7th beacons. This one prevent collapsinating in the cloud mountains. Also make weather nice. He turns to glance over his shoulder and shout incomprehensible insults at a group of worker Svins who are clambering up in the upper reaches of the frame. Clambering about. How does a beacon prevent avalanches? You ask. The Sven shrugs. Magic is magic, he asks. We know. This high, this wide, this strong. Strong enough to hold Oliphant. The rest is them problem. He jerks a thumb in a general eastward direction. Whose problem? He jerks his clawed thumb eastward again, but seems reluctant to say any more than that. The scaffold sits in a deep pit in the ground, which is being used to hold foundations. I need to cross the mountains to the east, you tell him. The Sven shrugs. Use bridge. We built for this. There's a crash from the site and the Sven turns around and roars, stomping back towards the construction. I will follow him. You follow him curiously to see that one of the bamboo supports has bent and buckled under the weight of 2 Svins who are now clinging on like spider monkeys above the pit below. The Sven to whom you are talking is scratching his belly and trying to work out what to do. I believe I can be of assistance here. You step forwards, intending to assist, then realise you do not know what to do. The two creatures are some height up and swaying violently back and forth. The leader is scratching his chin, thinking hard, and I am going to cast a spell. You open your eyes to begin a spell, but the Sven knocks your hands down on reflex. None that, he scolds. We engineers. With that, he goes over to the edge of the pit and collects 2 unused bamboo rods and lays them down across the pit. He then gathers another 2, and you quickly realise he is building a support framework to allow the stranded Svins to climb down. I'll look around the site in case I can help. Hey, there's a gourd. You take advantage of the distraction to walk around the site and poke into the materials they have in their stores. It is mostly as you might expect, bamboo, hardwood for cutting joists, and various hammers, chisels and lathes. If there is to be stonework, that must be arriving later. Behind all of this is a small metal box with a catch on the lid and a gourd of water. I'll look around. You glance around to see if anyone is watching, but they're still busy helping the stranded Svins clamber down to ground level. Wait, if I steal, Khare won't like this. I'll take the gourd. You take the gourd and test the water inside. It seems fresh enough. It is presumably, belongs to one of the workmen. You put it in your pack. Open the box. You squat down and open the box to reveal a small blue crystal. It is currently dark, but looks very similar to the ones you have seen previously on the other towers. I will leave it where it is and close the box. You flip the box closed once more. Whatever the jewel is, it is presumably important to the builders. The rest of the materials on the site are uninteresting except for a sharp-edged hewing axe. I'm taking that. You pick it up and quietly slip it into your pack. Then it is time to go. Absolutely. You move on, leaving the workers to their task. And I think from this location I will stride onwards into the very next episode. I hope you've all enjoyed this one, even though I never went anywhere near the Moon Serpent. And I'll look forward to seeing you all in the very next one. I'm going to say goodbye for now though, and cheerio everyone.